kind of hard digging around.
Now. He had no idea.
Well, it's
Yes,
kind of
but you never,
being cautious.
send a bull to go pick up your china.
Call me a bull?
Yep.
I guess you're the China. You want to break?
Yes, we're calling you a bull.
You're a dwarf. You're supposed to be brutish.
So you're the China. You want to break?
No,
Now,
the healing potion
group.
was the china.
Well, don't want to cry over spilt milk.
That's okay. We have
This was a
we have
spilled
walking
healing potion.
All right, yeah, I'll have to look that up later. So,
You didn't
what
get
did you
something
roll
by
for
your mama, did you?
an Arcana check?
No.
What
Mama's
did you roll?
milk is a healing potion.
I had a wet nurse. In fact, a couple of them. And they were all good looking.
Did you roll an Arcana check real quick for me, Wolf? Yeah, you're able to tell that this is a masterwork dagger, and it's basically +1 to damage and +1 to attack.
+1 to attack.
Yeah, +1 to attack, +1 to damage. It is just a masterwork dagger, basically.
And I kind of relay this information to them some way.
Yeah, you should have a. I think you should have. If it's like 3, I think 3.5 has identify. So I think you should have a first level spell identify. It's either a cantrip or a first level spell. So identify. I believe identify will tell you what the actual properties of the item are. So yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. But you're always gonna have to detect magic. That's going to tell you, if the item bears magical properties or not. But to actually find out what the properties are, it's not like 4th edition. You can just study it for 15 minutes unless it's a rare item, and then you'll have to do like an arcane check or something. But I believe the way that Pathfinder does it is with a identify spell, just like the other early editions of D&D. So I think that's how it is. I could be wrong,
You have
but
to look it up then.
yeah, I think it is identify. So.
Okay, I tell the group about the dagger and ask them if I can keep it, since I can throw daggers and whatnot.
That's fine with me.
Dave, light?
Huh?
Light?
Oh, let me give you that.
Yes. Let's move on and make more damage.
All right, you guys are all lit up like a Christmas tree now. All right, you see a very large door in front of you, Gimli. It is a large door with iron, but mostly made of stone.
Put my ear next to it and listen.
You hear
Put
nothing.
my ear on the other side of his ear because it's empty in there and I'm listening too.
The door seems to be unlocked as well. You don't see any kind of locking mechanisms or keyhole or anything like that. So, but
I'm
all right.
still gonna check it.
Seeing
just
that
to
you
make
guys
sure.
are new, I'm gonna tell you this: you guys missed something in this room. The hay mats. If you would have did a search in the hay mats, you would have found an iron key to unlock that chest. And in turn, if you would have unlocked the chest, which was not trapped, so you would not have had a fireball come out of it or anything on you, you would not have broken that potion, and you would have had a healing potion. So that's like a little thing. You guys missed the mats.
In
The hay
fact,
mats.
the chinchilla climbs up on my shoulder with that key in its mouth.
Okay, Mr. Wet Nurse, be my guest. Go on in.
We are gonna have some PvP tonight, guys.
You first, or should I say?
Oh.
I go over to the chinchilla and I take the key very softly out of its mouth and then I flick it over at Gimli. Alright, I'm gonna do a perception on the door. I wanna see if just check it for traps and crap.
Alright. You feel pretty confident there's no mechanisms or trap. Well, you know that there's no lock or anything like that. There's no locking latch. But you're pretty confident that there's no traps on this door. You know, you scour the edges of the door and everything, and you seem pretty confident.
I look over at Gimli and say, now we need brute force. Be my guest, please open the door for us.
I remind the party that there was something large around this area, and it is possible that the goblins here were keeping it as a pet. Might have been keeping it as a pet, so it might be behind that door.
Yes, but we still need the door open. And I'm such a weak little one.
Alright.
You might be able to just open the door, maybe?
Yeah, I'll go up and open the door.
No, I'll open the door. This little wet nurse can't even open the door.
What nurse?
Actually, I use a...
Hold on, Gimli. Hold on, Gimli. You're
Hello.
getting ahead of yourself there. Hold on there, Tex. I'll move the door for you. There you go. You got the door open. Alright, as you open up the door, you see, when the doors swing open, revealing a room bathed in a shimmering golden radiance, like sunlight reflecting off of the ocean. The light emanates from a rune-covered fountain in the center of this room. There you can also hear, off into the distance, faint talking noises. And also, as you get into the room, you guys wanted to go into the room, you guys can go into the room now. The door is open.
I got a quick question because it didn't actually answer it in many of my cutouts.
Sure. Gimli, there's a door to the east as well. Yes, Eamon, sorry.
Do I need to, in order to use stealth, do I have to be in the shadows, or can that be used to, like walk, like scoot along a wall and kind of peek around the corner?
It just depends on how the room is set up. Now, I mean, if there's 3 people in the room facing you, and it's just a regular, normally lit room, you're going to have such a negative modifier on you that you know that you're probably not going to stealth. Now, if it's a sort of like a dimly lit room like you have here, chances are you'll feel pretty confident that you're hidden in the shadows. It just depends on the environment, how the environment is lit or whatnot. So, but yeah, you guys see a fountain with water. There's dirt and dust on the floor. You can also see footprints. So you're thinking that there could possibly be more goblins in here. And as you all make your way into the room, along the east wall, you see another door. It is a wooden door this time, and to the northwest, you see a cavern that is moving somewhat in a northwestern area. And it seems like, especially Malaval, seeing that you're up there, you can hear what appears to be more talk, more jibber jabber.
Since I have Goblin as a language, am I under it?
You can definitely tell. Yes, you can definitely tell that they're speaking Goblin. But that's just for you. No, and, I don't know if anybody else in the group can speak Goblin. I know the cleric can't. Gimli cannot.
Wizard can.
Goblins are my favorite enemy, so.
Yeah, Malaval can. So can Wolf, and Amen cannot. So.
I'm gonna put my ear to the door.
All right. Okay. You put your ear to the door, Gimli, and you hear absolutely nothing. But behind you, you can hear, as you're trying to concentrate to hear on the other side of the door, you can hear noises coming from the other side of the room. And you also have this beautiful fountain that is emanating a golden aura as well. And the water is nice and clear, beautiful.
I ask if anybody can tell if the water is like good, pure drinking water. Or not.
Sure, Tom. That's a pretty cool idea.
I'll put my hand down there and cup it, and drink a little water.
All right. Roll me a 10-sided, Gimli.
It looks like it's not in the game anymore.
I just look down the floor and shake my head again.
Someone should check to see if maybe this is a healing fountain.
All
I
right.
think he just fell into the fountain.
I rolled a 10.
As you taste the water, you feel a weird type of you feel something weird come over you, and you're actually going to have for let's see, for the next, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, you had it was basically just a 1 to 10 random chance, and this is how the mechanics works on some of this stuff, guys. You know, it's like I had him roll a 1d10. And there's 10 different things that could have happened. Unfortunately, he rolled basically one of the worst things that could happen, and you have a -2 on all your attack rolls for the next combat if we have another combat. So you will have -2. I'm going to put a mark on you. That is going to be a broken mark. I use this basically for all the debuffs. So now, instead of a +4 to hit Gim, you will be a +2 to hit for the next combat. So, would anyone else like to drink out of the well? You see Gim take he kind of, puts his hands down into splashes a little bit of water on his face, and then he takes a handful of water, drinks it, and then he spits it out, and now he's got a curse for the next combat.
No, but I tell you what I am going to do.
And the water was cool to the touch as well, Gimli. It was nice and cool. Yes, Almond, sorry.
I have in my backpack, I have an empty flask. I'm going to fill it with this water.
Oh, the empty elven wine spirits? The empty jug?
No, I actually bought an empty flask specifically because I figured I'm going to run across a liquid I'm going to want to take a sample of.
Ah, very cool. I like that idea. Go for it.
So
I'll let you fill her up.
Dip my flask in there and just fill the whole thing. And the idea is if we ever have to run across anybody and we have to talk it out, I'm going to offer them a drink.
Nice.
And possibly buff them.
Or kill them.
To drink or not to drink?
Ah, that's the rogue's question.
Can I do some kind of detect magic, or so if I can get a feel of this kind of magic aura?
You can do an arcane check, sure. Oh, sorry guys, I'm yawning. I'm tired. Man, I haven't gotten too much sleep lately. Been getting up early and everything else.
Me my rolls tonight. 13.
You know that the fountain is definitely magical. You don't know what type of magic it is, but seeing that you had seen the reaction that Gimli had actually gave you, he didn't give it to you, you actually noticed it. You think that the water bears some kind of magical property if drank. That's what you come up with your arcane check.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it alone for now.
What's in the middle of that fountain where the water's coming out?
It's
Just
like a
statue?
statue spitting water out, yeah. It's like just, we'll say it's just 4 serpents spitting water out facing each, row's direction, so. What's up, Buggy?
I am going to move a little bit towards that opening, catty corner to the door that's closed. I'm not going to cross the corner or anything like that.
Okay.
Because I want to see if I can, because I'm an elf, I can look I can definitely see in the dark. So I want to kind of see if there's a way that I can determine what's around the corner in that room with the minimal amount of
Okay. Why don't you give me a stealth check, and then you can do that. Yeah, you're definitely concealed. And as Almond gets over to the walls, even Blix, Wolf, Gimli, and Malaval, you four even have a hard, and you watch him walk right into the. Looks like he just walked right into the wall. I mean, he just blended himself perfectly into the wall. So yeah, you definitely feel that you are concealed in shadows, Almond.
I see that group. I hate it when he does that. Never know if he's gonna sneak up behind me and goose me.
Okay, then I'm going to just carefully move just enough to where my line of sight can kind of see into that room. I'm not going to actually go into it like, balls out or nothing.
Okay. Well, move your token up a little bit to the next square.
Like there, or do I need to center it in a square?
There you go.
Okay.
You kind of peer around the corner, and you actually see the tail end of a goblin. And you can hear multiple goblins at that. It sounds like you can hear 3 or 4 different pitches, so you think there could be 3 or 4 goblins in that room. But you have no clue what they're frickin' saying, but you think possibly they could be arguing with one another.
Can I tell?
I put a plate of sushi on the table.
Like the area of the room that they're in.
You can actually see. You can see the goblin right here. You can see the back end of him, and he is facing what appears to be to the south. So that's from what you can see. And you should be able to see that on your line of sight as well. So
I can't. What's this up here?
That's just like rubble and trash and stuff.
Okay.
Very good. You should be able to see the goblins now.
Yes.
Okay, you see them facing a southerly direction. They do not see you at all. So you are, basically you are blended into the shadows. So we're even going to say you're right here. But you can still see them. Yes.
For some reason, I think I can view Ammonites' view and control his character, I think. I can click on him and...
You can click on him?
Yep, I can turn him around.
That is weird. Reason. You should... Oh, yeah. I bet you can't now. Hold on. Yeah, I bet you that's not able to happen right now.
Okay, now I'm blind.
Yep.
Okay,
Let me
I'm going to
give me 10 seconds. I gotta change something.
Go back to the group and tell them what I saw.
And I'm going to go ahead and get a drink of water.
Yeah, if you want to go back and
Who are our frontline fighters, just to know?
I'm pretty much range or melee.
Okay, what about you, cleric?
I can do range and melee. Prefer to be in the back, though.
I can do range or melee, but melee works better.
Yeah, it's going really good, Buggy. This is basically their first game that they've had.
To a ranged attack.
And especially this is the first Pathfinder. First time I've played Pathfinder too, so.
Okay, let's just roleplay this out then.
Okay, so I go back to the group and I tell them to look.
You're hoping it goes to blows, Sanders?
They're.
You think there's more than 2? Up to 4, maybe even 6. You heard multiple pitches, like I was saying, so.
Okay. Well, I know that I saw those 2 over there.
Yes.
Did the fountain have any effect on me, Dave?
When you took a drink, it actually tasted like nice, fresh, clean water, but nothing affected you.
I took a gander in there, and I'm going to switch my shield and hammer for my great axe.
Do we want to go into that chamber, or do we want to check out this door down here first?
We should deal with the threat first before venturing on.
Actually, the water,
Only a matter of time before
Malavel?
they find out we're here.
that water was nice and cool, and it tasted so good. You haven't had a water this cool. It was like it had ice in it. Ice from the mountains. It was good. It was that good. And then you're kind of wondering, what in the heck was Gimli harking about when he took a drink of that water?
Dwarven taste waters.
All right, so what are you guys doing? You guys checking the door, or or what are you doing?
I was just stepping right back there so I could just verify.
I guess we're
as
going
much
into
as
the
I could.
cavern.
Well,
I asked the range-
he's concealed, so
I asked
So,
the ranger if he's
I'm
gonna
gonna-
use a sword or bow.
I'm gonna poke around this wall just a little bit
I'm
more
using the sword.
before everybody starts jumping in here.
Okay, what's your AC?
17.
Amonisis,
Whoa.
what's your AC?
Oh, mine's 15.
Okay, Amonisis, come back here real quick. Come back in front of me real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and touch his shoulder and gift him mage armor.
who?
Amonisis.
All right, I'm gonna put a little shield on you. That is to remind you that you have a buff on you. So
+4 to armor bonus.
whoa, holy crap!
Puts me at an AC 19.
Wow, that's insane. That's not a powerful first level spell or anything. That's really nice.
Seriously.
So as you get closer, Malavel, to the chamber here, you can actually hear in Goblin that they are fighting over something stupid. They're arguing over a plate of food on the table. That's mine. No, that's mine.
The usual stuff.
But that's about what you hear. So I mean, you guys have another door as well. I mean, if you guys want to head on and go somewhere else instead of dealing with the goblins at this time, you're more than welcome to do that as well. You don't feel compelled. You have to go any certain way. So
What do you think, guys?
Go through that
Go
door
after the
first.
goblins or check the door?
Well, the door's closed. The goblins are within earshot of us if we get loud.
well, that's a chance you
Okay.
have to take on the door.
Wait, we can set up an ambush by making a loud racket and force them to come here.
Well, I'm
What
gonna
if there's...
back out. I'm gonna back out real quick, and I'm going to mention that I have pretty good range attack. We have a ranger. We have 2 or 3 range attacks. We could probably, if we wanted to, we could range them from here and funnel them into this essentially doorway right here to keep control. If that's how the group wants to handle this.
This is not even
Right
a
on.
combat encounter,
The
guys.
hot gate strategy.
This is a
Yeah,
Because
This is-
Put up my sword and shield and pull out my bow.
this is actually an RP
I'm
encounter.
effective to 70 feet with my shot.
I mean, this is actually an RP encounter, but I mean, if they want
so
to
they're
fight,
well within my range.
this is going to be pretty tough for
If I'm
them.
not mistaken, I'm 110.
Who's going to be the bait?
Well, I'm basically stealth. I could get pretty much a 1 free shot on them.
Be
And
my
then,
guess.
Before he takes a shot, I'll move into the corner of the fountain over here.
All right, you want to
When
step
you-
back just a hair, Mal, or you want me to go around them?
I'm going to give you a little bit of a description about this room. Amonisis. I'm going to go as much as say as you were able to conceal yourself against the wall up here. They have no clue that you were even there.
Yeah, that's why I asked earlier, because I had no idea how much I could actually move in there.
Well, I'll tell you when you start to sense that you think you're pushing the concealment to the limits.
Okay.
When you're starting to actually take a risk of being caught. So you would know, but being a DM, I'm going to inform you, sort of like I'm going to tell you, but although the whole party's going to hear, I'll just tell you when you start to think that you're starting to push your limits. So as you're up here, you can see that the walls of this large cavern, and they are covered with crude drawings of goblins and other little figures. In the southwest corner is a throne of bones and feathers. There are 4 more goblins that are nearby, arguing violently with each other. That's from what you can tell. You cannot understand them, but you see one push one once in a while, but they don't go to full fisticuffs or anything. Then you also notice a much larger goblin on the throne, and he appears to definitely be annoyed, and he has his hands over his ears, covering his ears as the other 4 goblins are hooting and hollering and arguing with each other. So that's basically what you see.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is go back in the room with my party mates and inform them of what I see.
Okay.
Because when I see the much larger goblin on the throne, that kind of, to me, would mean we need to reevaluate our face-pulling plan.
I was going to say, how many goblins are in there now? 8 total? Something like that?
The goblin on the bone of throne and feathers and everything, he's damn near as tall as a human. He's that big of a goblin. You're starting to push your limits up there, so you know that.
I just wanted to see if I could look just a little bit to the south of the throne one. Okay, so I come back in the room and tell them that
he's one big son bitch.
There's a big old ugly one on the throne, and I tell them about how there's 4 of them that are arguing that look normal size, and then there's the one big one that's almost double the other ones. And he's sitting on a throne, and he looks very already agitated. So I kind of give them a sense of we might want to reevaluate.
Line of sight is so great, isn't it, guys? God damn, I love Roll20. Man, Roll20 is awesome.
At this point in time, we might want to try the door.
And I kind of shake my head in agreement. God, I love this stealth part.
Isn't the line of sight in this awesome, man?
Yes, it is.
I love line of sight.
I am going
it's
to,
so awesome.
For the time being, leave my bow on.
Release the hounds! My neighbor's dogs are
going to,
barking so freaking loud. So funny.
I'm going to switch from my rapier to my bow.
Alright. So you guys see this big stone and wood door. What are you guys doing?
Check it.
You gonna check it for traps?
Yes, sir. Am I going to open it? I'm just going to do a good thorough on it.
No, it has a handle. It has a lock and everything on it. Unlike the other door that you just came through, this is a much smaller door, so that's why. You're pretty, you're impressed with the architecture of this door, and you were able to tell that the door could have a trap. And you think that there was probably a trap on the door at one time that it was already sprung. So the trap has already basically been sprung. And right now there's no trap on it. So that's what you're able to determine. And you're also able to determine that as you were looking at everything, the door is actually unlocked as well.
Okay, I relay that info to the group and ask if anybody can check this for any sort of magic or anything.